Hello. Going to give you an update on my garden. Everything got moved to my patio area so it would get more hours of sun because we realized behind the house it would not get enough. I think I'm going in the same order. I think this was the first bed. It is full of peppers. There are some bell peppers and giant jalapenos and regular jalapenos. One of them got broke when the guys were moving the plant, so it's missing. But I went out and bought another bell pepper plant that had 3 plants in it. It's looking pretty good. It was looking yellow the other day, but I fertilized everything and it's coming back nice. This was the second bed. It has a couple of hybrid tomatoes and then 2 shishitos that I'm excited about, and another pepper on the end that I think might be a bell pepper, but I don't quite remember. Yeah, oh, well, it's a little sweet pepper, I think. And then some hybrid tomatoes, indeterminates. Got some tomatoes on there. These are little tomato branches I snapped off when I was pruning, and I've been sticking them all in the dirt and seeing if any live. And I have had success with a couple, not like a ton. Back here while I'm at it are some zinnias I planted in front of my propane tank to make it hide the propane tank and look pretty out my bedroom window. There's the kitty house. And here is a peach tree we got from the school's plant sale, trying to keep it alive. There's my greenhouse. Okay, so back by bed 1 and 2. Got a new rose plant this week. Got a little dirty dog following me. That is a, what is it? Not a begonia, something. I got that from the school sale also. Okay, so bed number 3. These are large barred boar tomatoes. They're getting real big. They didn't have a lot of blossoms a week or 2 ago because the weather's been real mild and everything's kind of been going slow. But now they're starting to get some blossoms on them. And this one has some tomatoes. I don't believe the one on the right has any yet. I've got some green beans down there. They've also been struggling with the cool weather, and it could be being in this bed, but I've been trying to get everything to improve. See, these green beans are doing better, and they were planted at the same time, so just threw in some extra basil seeds this week in the center because I don't have many basil plants going, and they're small, and I want to try to get some more. These are a Mammoth German Gold, this one here. I don't see any tomatoes on it yet, but it has a few blossoms, nothing crazy, but hopefully once all the fertilizer kicks in, they'll get going better on that. This one next to it is a pineapple tomato, also getting big, but not doing very many blossoms. I see 4 or 5 at the top, and that's not because they've been getting a lot of nitrogen or anything, because they haven't. They're just slow on the blossoming until now. Okay, this is another large barred boar. It has my first ripe tomato on it, almost ready to pick. And next to that is, I think it's a Cherokee purple or something. It's a hybrid from the store. Some more beans. A couple of them doing okay, some struggling. Planted some more basil in the center. That's all new this week, so nothing's up yet. And then this is aroma. I plant that for my husband because he always wants it but never eats them. And I don't really like planting determinate tomatoes, but I have to say it has about 14 tomatoes on it, and nothing else has that many. And next to it is another hybrid, a Better Boy. And down in front, that's the only basil I have so you see why I planted more. Got some marigolds here, they're doing well. And finally one of my cucumbers kicked in. They were not doing anything either until about a week and a half ago, and now they're trying to catch up. I've been using string for my supports this year and posts, because this is kind of a impromptu garden we set up, and I didn't want to get into the cattle panels yet and stuff until I knew if I liked it here. Down here we have a volunteer plant from last year. I had planted pumpkins out here in these fire rings, and look at this. A surprise. I think there's some little ones starting to, but yeah, got one growing. Over there are watermelons. They were also doing almost nothing until we finally got a little bit of heat last week, but it's cooling back down this week and it's going to be below 90, so there goes my fast progress. These are cucumbers, I believe. I have cucumbers and squash, and I have to look to see which one's which, but they were doing nothing also, and now I'm starting to get some that are popping up and looking like real plants. And then over here I tucked in some more cucumber seeds a couple of days ago, just because I really want to make sure I get some cucumbers out of this garden. Okay, over here by the wall, I bought a bell pepper plant, and it had 3 plants in it, and yesterday I separated them and potted them. This one had very few roots, so I don't hold out a ton of hope for it. They're looking a little wilty and rough because they got transplanted, but we'll see how they do. This one actually, even though I didn't give it much hope, it is holding on pretty good. So, okay, and then last, over here I got my green stalks. This one has petunias. Some of the green beans have sprouted, but I realize that the seeds I have just don't germinate well, so I have more on the way, because this whole green stalk should be full of green beans, but it maybe has 10 plants or less. And then this one's doing a bit better. It has some more green beans. It also has petunias. And then I planted some seeds in the top pockets, and 3 of the pockets the other day with some muncher cucumbers, because I heard those do well in a green stalk, and because, like I said, I want to make sure I get cucumbers. And then I have a couple of tiny eggplant plants coming up, and I have some basil in each of these that's starting to come up. And I think that's everything. Okay, so that's my garden update. Things are finally starting to grow, but now we're having a cooler spell, so we'll see. Maybe on pause.